Hey everyone, welcome back. We are here with another reading vlog and we are celebrating Valentine's Day. So I figured that I would do something with some cookies because I love cookies. I'd rather get cookies more than, chocolate or anything like that. Cookies are like my go-to sweet besides like sweet tarts. Anyways, you didn't need to know that. But I ordered some of these cookies. They're called stuffed cookies and they just looked really interesting. So got some stuffed cookies in here, and then I also have 3 romance books that we're going to be reading for this video. So what my plan is to read these 3 romance books, and then like every check-in or every time I finish a book or whatever, try one of these cookies along with it. And yeah, that's just what this video is going to be about. So here are the cookies. I got an Oreo cookie that is Valentine's Day. I'll probably save this one for Valentine's Day since it's Valentine's Day cookie. Then I also got blueberry vanilla cheesecake cookie. That sounds good. Then I got a slutty cookie. Looks like that. And then I got my hub's a red velvet brookie. I don't know what a brookie is, but he likes red velvet cakes, so I got him that. So I won't be eating red velvet because I don't like red velvet, I know. So we'll save the slutty cookie, the blueberry vanilla bean, and the Oreo V-Day cookie for the books. I was gonna try to do some sort of like, colored, like theme colored, whatever. We'll see. I don't know. I might just eat cookies. I might read these books with you and call it a day. But I've already started reading Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. Really been enjoying it so far. It's funny. Phoebe is a PhD student and her degree is in English. She's writing her dissertation on true crime serial killers, and she now lives across the street from a guy named Sam who she believes is a serial killer too, just by like her knowledge on serial killers and how he acts and all that stuff. So it's kind of funny. Well, it is funny, but it also deals with grief as well, because Phoebe and her brother Connor have lost their father, and that's why she's living in the house she is because she's cleaning out her late father's house to sell. So it's got some grief. There's also a very well done author's note at the very beginning, telling you that this book is considered a rom-com, but it also deals with depression, grief, anxiety, all of those different things, and Phoebe has all of those things. So there's that. Then I also have The Sweet Spot by Trish Dollar. I haven't gotten to this yet. And then next I have Must Love Books. So these 2 books, I will tell you about them when I get to them. Like I said, halfway am through this book. Well, almost halfway. I'll fill you in when I am 50% and let you know, a little bit more how I'm feeling about this. But yeah, that's what we're doing in this video. We got books and cookies. So I'm halfway through this book. Phoebe is one of those characters that I've just really connected with. You know when you just find one of those characters that you connect with and you're just like, yes, I feel seen. That's this book. And Phoebe is a straight 5 Enneagram like me, even though it doesn't say it in here, but she enjoys learning things. She enjoys finding, like, researching things and all that kind of stuff. I'm enjoying it so far. Like, I really am. It's a very slow burn, but I can tell that it's about to, like, get super spicy, if it's going to get super spicy. Like, things are about to get spicy in here, if you know what I mean. And I like Sam. He's really sweet. So yes, I'm enjoying this book, very much so. Good morning. I'm here to talk to you about this specific book right here. I ended up finishing this last night and gave it 5 stars. I really connected with Phoebe, like I said in the last clip. She is super dry, sarcastic. She's an introvert. She doesn't really know how to communicate with people all that great. She's awkward. She says things and then she's like, ooh, I probably shouldn't have said that. And then she kind of like, worries about what she says to people and all that kind of stuff. But this story is all about Phoebe going back to her hometown where her dad lived and cleaning out his house because he passed away. So she's going through grief and she's going through depression, she's going through anxiety, she's trying to figure out her life. Her and her dad didn't really have that good of a relationship, but her brother Connor is there with her to help her through the process, and their relationship was really cute too. He is the typical annoying younger brother, she is the typical cynical older sister, and they just have a really cute dynamic, and I really liked that family aspect of it. And then we meet Sam. Sam is the neighbor across the street, and Phoebe, being a PhD student who's writing her dissertation on true crime and the authors behind true crime, she knows a lot about true crime, which I know that that's a controversial topic for a lot of people, but she knows a lot of things about true crime. She knows the science of serial killers. She knows all of this. She's under a lot of stress as well. But she sees Sam, and Sam comes in at weird hours of the night. He does things in his garage. He's suspicious. And then she gets to know him. She gets to meet him, and then she finds out that he's just like a really sweet guy, and he really is just a sweetheart. I really liked Sam. He's just a very quiet, reserved, laid back person who's just really sweet. He comes from a big family, and Phoebe is automatically drawn to him, and she's attracted to him, and she thinks that he's adorable, and he thinks the same thing about her, and their relationship is just really cute. There is open communication between them, which is a huge thing for me. The third act you could see coming, but it was done well enough to where it wasn't just like this big blow up between them. They were adults about it, and it was an actually like kind of refreshing third act conflict, and I really liked how the end of the book wrapped up. And all in all, this was just a really good book. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I haven't come across a character in a really long time that I connected with like Phoebe, and I felt seen, if you will. I felt seen in this book, and I just really enjoyed it. I know that Alicia Thompson is coming out with another book. I think it's something about the Cold War or something like that. So we're gonna have another main character writing about the Cold War. So I'm excited about that, but that comes out this year. And now it's time to taste a cookie. I'm saving the Oreo V-Day one for Valentine's Day, so that means I have to read a book by Valentine's Day. Today is Sunday. So we have the Slutty cookie, or we have the blueberry vanilla bean cheesecake cookie. I'm gonna go with the Slutty cookie. So I'm gonna go with the Slutty cookie. Let's rip it open. Let's see. It smells really good. So my husband ate his red velvet last night, and he said that it was very rich. So I'm probably not gonna be able to eat this entire thing, which I didn't expect to eat this entire thing on here. So I want to get it a good bite. A big bite. Mmm. 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 That's good. That's really good. Mm-hmm. Slider twister for the win. Let me check another one. Oh. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna focus. It's good. Mm-hmm. So, next book I'm gonna read is probably Sweet Spot. So, when I get 50% into this, I'll let you know. That cookie is freaking good. Oh wow. Yeah, I love that. Here to update you on this video. I am well over the 50% mark of this book, and I am enjoying it so much, y'all. This is a super cute book. It's a hard-hitting book, and I'm just enjoying it. So this is about a woman named Rachel. She's a single mom, and she has a 3-year-old daughter. She gets fired from her job as a night receptionist, manager type thing at a prestigious hotel resort in Fort Lauderdale, or I think it's like Miami. It's in Florida somewhere, but she gets fired because a customer makes an advance at her and then lies to the manager about him making an advance and said that she did it to him, but it did not happen that way. So she ended up getting fired, and she was trying to find a new job, and she found a job in Ohio. And she is now on the island. It's like a little resort thing on the island, and the owner is named Mason. He actually owns a brewery and he brews his own beer. So his whole idea for this specific spot is to have a brewery on site plus to have like little cabins. But there's a little twist when she gets there, because the actual resort or the hotel that he said that was there is actually not there, and it hasn't been developed yet. So they kind of go back and forth a little bit, because he lied to her, she uprooted her, and her daughter moved to some place where she doesn't know anything about. But then they have this like super cute connection. He is allowing her to actually design the whole resort hotel thing, and she's getting to design the cabin, she's getting to design the brewery. So she's really getting to be creative, and I love that for her because she's super good at it. And Mason is a divorcee. There's also talk about his own child and about his previous marriage. So you do get a lot of talk about grief, some, like I said, divorce, and it's a hard-hitting book, but just like the way that this author is explaining their relationship and explaining their feelings towards each other and all that kind of stuff, it's super sweet. This is a very low angst book. Like I said, I am a little over halfway, and there hasn't been any kind of like romantic scene. They haven't even kissed yet. They want to, but they haven't yet. So it's a very low angst book, but you can tell that they have feelings for each other and that they're attracted to one another. And Mason's really good with her daughter Maggie, and it's just really sweet. It's a really sweet book. So I am planning on finishing this tonight, and I will have a new cookie for you tomorrow. I finished this book last night, ended up giving it 4 stars. I thought that it was a really cute book. I really like Rachel and Mason together as a couple. I like the whole atmosphere of the resort slash hotel slash brewery that they're making. I just really enjoyed it. But one thing that kind of put it off for me a little bit at the end was how quickly Rachel and Mason confessed their love to one another. They really didn't know each other, and I didn't like the way that they handled some of the situations. Instead of communicating, they used sexual acts as like a way of getting around conversations, and I don't really like that in my books, especially when we have a guy who's like in his 40s and a girl who's almost 30. So there is kind of an age gap there, but I thought that they would have gotten more out of their conversation, more out of their situation, if they would have just talked about it rather than using sex as a way of getting around the issues. And they never really resolved it. They just kind of like, well, it's over, it's done with, so not gonna worry about it anymore, you know? I don't know. That specific situation in that book, in this book was very weird to me. So that's why I ended up giving it 4 stars. Plus, it's a little short. It's only like 270 something pages, which like a typical good rounded romance is a little bit over 300 pages, I would say. But anyways, it was a cute book. Rachel, Mason, they create this whole super unique resort slash brewery slash like hotel where they have cabins and they have a brewery. Mason is the person who brews the beer, while Rachel is the person who has set up all the cabins. She is like basically has designed this entire resort. It's on a secluded island. There's a lot of like small town island life that I really enjoyed. And Mason's really good with Maggie too. Maggie is Rachel's daughter. She's 3, and I don't know. The family dynamic in here was really good, and I really enjoyed that part. I recommend it if you like low steam, because there really wasn't that much in there. There's some description of it, but there wasn't like a, you know, full-on scenes where it's completely described what they're doing to one another. But yeah, so I read it if you're interested. So now we are hopping into some cookie. Today is Valentine's Day, so I'm gonna eat the Valentine's Day cookie. This one has vanilla brown butter, as the dough. The mix-in is Oreos, the stuffing is cookie butter, and the topping is V-Day sprinkles. So again, today is Valentine's Day, and let's just rip into it and try it out and see how good this cookie is, since I saved it specifically for today. Let's see. It tastes like a sugar cookie with sprinkles. Inside isn't anything crazy. It's not like the first one. So, I mean, it's not bad. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Wow. Oh, that's the butter. Ooh, the butter is good. The filling is really good. That cookie butter is very good. Oh, please. The next book we're jumping into is Must Love Books. And I'm excited. It says if you're a book lover, you would love this book. Plus it's got love in it, so right up my alley. I'm gonna start reading this tonight. Once I'm 50% in, I will check in with you and let you know how I feel about it. And then when I get done, I'll eat another cookie for you. So please excuse the way I look. Okay, there's a stomach virus going around my house and we're all getting over it. And I haven't had time to do my hair or anything like that. But I wanted to tell you that I am at the 50% mark of this book. So this book is about Nora. She works at a publishing company. She is an executive publisher assistant, but she wants to work as an actual editor. So she's trying to move her way up, but she's been working at this specific company for 5 years and she hasn't gotten a raise. And now her company is making cuts, so her salary just got cut by 15%. So she's really wanting to get out, but now she has the opportunity to get a raise if a specific author that is also looking for another publishing company stays on with her publisher. There's a little twist in here. And this is really about Nora's self-love and about her love of books and about what she really wants to do in life, and she feels stuck. And I can connect with her on that level because I felt stuck for a really long time too, and it sucks. And people just don't understand why she's down and why she has quote-unquote attitude about the situation and why she just can't see the bright side of things. But she's just like in a rut, you know? But now her and Andrew, he is the author that she's trying to get to stay on with the publishing company, they're forming a relationship, and I think that they're going to start a romantic relationship just by the way that it's going. But I'm enjoying this book. It's a fast read. I got the audiobook just so I could listen to it while I also worked and went to bed and all that kind of stuff. So I'm flying through it and I'm enjoying it so far. So just wanted to fill you in on that. And I will continue reading it tonight. So hopefully I'll finish it. Today is Friday. I anticipate, or not, no, today is not Friday. Today is Thursday. I anticipated I have this book read by today, but you know, life happens. And I just didn't feel like picking it up when I was not feeling well. Anyways, I will finish reading this and then I'll let you know how I feel and we'll eat the last cookie together. I am finally here to close out this vlog and talk to you about this book right here. I ended up finishing it and I gave it 4 stars. I thought that it was a very enlightening book. This is about Nora, and Nora is an executive publishing assistant at this publishing company that is kind of going downhill. It's more of a non-fiction based publishing company and she wants to work more in like fiction and everything like that. And all of the people that she started working with are starting to leave and move on to better careers. She's stuck. She hasn't got a promotion in 5 years and she's just really down and out. And she does talk a lot about her mental health and her reason for still being on in the world. So I really wanted to make sure that I told you about that because I wasn't expecting that part of mental health in here. She does talk about her purpose in life. She does talk about should she continue going on. So there is a lot of talk about that part of her life. But this book in all is really just focusing on Nora finding herself. She thought that publishing was her dream job, but then she realized that it wasn't her dream job. So now she's trying to figure out different avenues where she is going to find her dream job. And this book really dives deep into that, because there are so many people who get stuck in specific professions that don't find their way out, and they're just miserable their entire life. But Nora doesn't want to do that, and she wants to figure something out for herself. She doesn't make very good decisions. She's a very real character. She makes a lot of mistakes, but I found that nice to read about. She's not a cut and dry character. She's a very complex character, and I enjoyed that part. And I really just liked diving deep into the publishing world, because it takes a very real insight into the publishing world. The author actually worked in the publishing world before she started writing. So she actually had a lot of insight in on the publishing world, and it felt very real, and I liked that. This is not a romance book. This is more women's fiction. I was wrong about that, just because I went off the title like, ooh, love books, she's gonna find love of her life, blah blah blah. But I was really wrong about that, and this is really just about Nora finding her way in life, and a lot about self-love. So I guess we're gonna eat the last cookie. Just know, before we eat the last cookie, just know that this book, like I said, it's not a love story. It doesn't end on a happily ever after. It does end in a happy way for Nora, but not with a man, if that makes sense, or a significant other. So we're gonna eat the last cookie. So this is the crumble cookie. I guess it kind of goes well with this, because Nora's life is literally crumbling, and we have a crumble cookie here, you know. And that was supposed to be a joke, but yeah, whatever. So this is blueberry vanilla bean cheesecake cookie. Has a little crumble on top, and it does say that it has, does it say cinnamon? Oh no, it has cinnamon on it. I don't like cinnamon, so we'll see if I like this. I didn't even know that it had, yeah, okay. Wasn't prepared for the cinnamon crumble. I don't like cinnamon. People make fun of me all the time because I don't like cinnamon, but ugh. This is a thick cookie. Okay, cheers. Oh, I'm sorry. I've had cinnamon all through that. Nope. I'm sorry. Don't like that one. But either way, I'm a weirdo. And these cookies are really cool. Step cookies. I'll leave the information down below. This is me just being curious, you know, and trying new stuff. And since it was supposed to be the love season, hence my sweater. Yeah, I just wanted to try it out and do something different. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you read for Valentine's Day. I know this is going out a little bit late, but what's new? So I hope you have a great day. Hit that subscribe button, like it, and leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.